Today, we are diving into a political earthquake shaking Sacramento. This isn't just about run-of-the-mill campaign finance issues. This is about a top former aide to Governor Gavin Newsom, an FBI arrest, 23 federal charges, and a bombshell allegation from her own attorney that this is all political retaliation from the Trump administration's Department of Justice. We're talking about Dana Williamson, Governor Newsom's former chief of staff, one of the most powerful and influential women in California politics. She was arrested at her home by federal agents and is now facing a battery of charges, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud, bank fraud, and filing false tax returns. She has pleaded not guilty, but this story is already exposing a raw political fight. So, what is Williamson actually accused of doing? According to the federal indictment, Williamson was involved in a scheme to steal campaign money, specifically $225,000 from a dormant campaign account belonging to another California heavyweight, former Health Secretary Xavier Becerra. And where did this money allegedly go? Court documents allege it was funneled for personal use, disguised as business expenses. We're talking about luxury items, a private jet charter, home decor, and even a new heating and air conditioning system for her house. Two other consultants allegedly involved in the scheme, Greg Campbell and Sean McCluskey, have already agreed to plead guilty and pay restitution. Xavier Becerra, who is currently a candidate for governor, released a statement calling the accusations against his long-serving, trusted advisor a gut punch, and confirmed he has been voluntarily cooperating with the Department of Justice. Now, this is where the story takes a sharp and explosive political turn. Williamson has hired McGregor Scott to represent her. Scott is a powerhouse prosecutor who himself served as the top federal prosecutor in Sacramento under both President George W. Bush and President Donald Trump.
And Scott is, to put it mildly, livid. He is publicly accusing the same U.S. Attorney's Office he used to run, now led by a new Trump appointee, of grandstanding. Why? Scott says his client, Dana Williamson, is seriously ill and is literally on a list waiting for a liver transplant. He claims that instead of honoring his request for a meeting or allowing her to surrender peacefully, the government chose to arrest her at her home, a tactic he says is normally reserved for violent criminals or flight risks. But here is the bombshell allegation from her attorney. Scott claims this aggressive arrest is direct retaliation. He told Politico that the FBI approached Williamson last year, during the Biden administration, to ask for her assistance with an investigation into Governor Gavin Newsom. According to Scott, Williamson refused because, in his words, she had no information to give them because she had not seen any misconduct by the governor of any kind. The implication from her lawyer is stunning. The DOJ didn't get what it wanted on Governor Newsom, so now it's coming after his former chief of staff as punishment. It is critical to note Governor Newsom is not implicated in any of the charges against Williamson. His office stated they were not aware of any such investigation and that the governor expects all public servants to uphold the highest standards of integrity. The U.S. Attorney's Office fired back at Scott's grandstanding claim. A spokesperson said that, as a matter of course, they do not inform defense counsel before executing a search warrant, citing the safety of officers and for the preservation of evidence. When Williamson left the federal courthouse on a $500,000 bond, reporters swarmed her, asking the one question on everyone's mind.
Reporter, Miss Williamson, should Governor Gavin Newsom be concerned? Should other government officials in California be concerned here? Attorney, sorry, I have no comment on that. Thank you.
No comment. Williamson's team is clearly letting her attorney's explosive retaliation claims do the talking. So what are we really witnessing here? Is this a straightforward, if shocking, case of a high-level political operative allegedly dipping into campaign funds for personal luxury? Or is McGregor Scott right? Is this a politically motivated prosecution by the Trump Justice Department using the hardball arrest of a sick woman as payback because she wouldn't provide information on Governor Newsom? This case now pits a former Trump-appointed U.S. attorney against the current Trump-appointed U.S. attorney, with the careers of some of California's biggest political names hanging in the balance. What do you think is really going on? Is this about justice or political retaliation? Let me know your analysis in the comments below. Williamson is due back in court on December 11th, and you can be sure we will be following every single development. If you appreciate this kind of in-depth political breakdown, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.